Hello YouTube, Johnny Gadget here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to review the Ipega 9083S. So the Ipega 9083S. And what we have here is pretty much a telescopic controller that can actually allow you to fit something bigger than your traditional phone. Could be either a phone with a much larger case or even an iPad or a Tab Ace from Samsung. It extends a lot longer and it actually can take the weight of something as big as a tablet. I recently reviewed the out-of-box gaming clip for the Xbox One controller, and I can assure you that no tablet is going to fit on a mobile gaming clip. I also reviewed the Razer Kishi V2, which is also a telescopic controller, but it will not extend long enough to fit a tablet, and you will need to remove a thick phone case to make it connect to the USB Type-C input. So you'll definitely need something larger, and here's when the Ipega becomes handy. And here you have it. It actually feels pretty light despite its large size. It's not gonna fit in your pocket though, but it'll definitely fit fine in your backpack. On the side here, we have your different modes for Android and iOS. As for the D-pad, it definitely feels really pretty rough, but you'll be able to make it work. You got your home button right here, your select and start buttons. Also, the analog stick, they definitely feel a little too loose for my taste. And right on top, you got your usual shoulder and trigger buttons. They feel a little bit clicky, at least the shoulders. As for the triggers, they can get the job done. The triggers are not clicky, but they're a little too loose and easy to push. And as you can see, again, the usual telescopic feature here. You have your lock on the side that actually releases the left side to extend further once you lose it. Let me just give you one more shot back here. So right now it's locked. You unlock it, release the hatch here, and you're able to extend both sides, allowing a large tablet or a phone with a large case to fit without any issues. And here we have a Galaxy Tab S6. It's a pretty average medium-sized tablet. I believe it measures around 10.5 inches. I'm going to show you how simple it is to just put it in place on the Ipega. Just pull one side in order to make it fit. Slide it, accommodate the other side. I always recommend to make sure that you squeeze it a little tight and then move to the back and secure it in place. And once that's safe, that should allow you to keep it in place. Set up your Bluetooth connection settings and you should be good to go. Let's try out some games on it and see how it feels. And as usual, I like to test emulators and see how comfortable they actually feel. Here you have the PPS SPP emulator from the Play Store, playing Tekken Dark Resurrection for the PSP. And I gotta say, it feels pretty good. The buttons are really responsive. I had to do some programming to make it work. Why don't we give it a shot to another emulator? Let's try Drastic for the Nintendo DS. And here you have No Super Mario Bros. It's a Nintendo DS, which you can once again emulate via the Drastic emulator from the Play Store. If you notice, I was able to switch the tablet vertically, which kind of converts the tablet into a gigantic Nintendo DS. And if you're a fan of the Nintendo 3DS, you can pretty much do the same thing by downloading the Citra emulator and pretty much just turn the system and just play your games this way. Again, it gives you a really big sense of nostalgia since you're actually playing in the same mode that 3DS and Nintendo DS games were played back in the days. You also have the choice to flip the device sideways and pretty much just play the games in the traditional way. Not the way that they were intended to be made in the first place, but if you're more accustomed to have them sideways and just play horizontally this way, and you also have that option as well if that is your preference. Now let's go over some games from the Play Store. This is Modern Combat 5. So in conclusion, the Ipega 9083S. Who is it for? If you're the type of person who likes to game on your tablet, or if you are the type of person who finds a little too tedious having to remove the case from your phone to be able to plug it into one of those USB Type-C controllers, and it's just a little too much hassle for you to having to do that, then I think it's definitely for you. Let's go over the pros and the cons. We have a pretty sleek device uh, that is pretty much compatible with both iOS and Android. It has a Bluetooth connection, so you don't have to worry about, if it's for either one or the other. And it also has a pretty decent price point. It's currently $39.99. You can find it cheaper if you shop around, but that is pretty much the standard price, which is actually somewhat decent and not too far-fetched if we compare with those mobile controllers that we have out there nowadays, which price point is pretty basic at $99.99. Some of the cons, I would say, it is a little bit oversized, like I mentioned early. The D-pad's not the greatest, and there's some opportunities with the analog stick. I did run into some issues, especially with first-person games. They do work, but I think that the sensitivity's gotta be adjusted. Other than that, would I get it? Yes, totally. If I do have a tablet, or if I do have, one of those out of box large phone cases that it's gonna take me 3 to 5 minutes to take it off, I'll definitely give the Ipega 9083S a shot. But don't forget to leave your feedback. Let me see what you guys think about it. Thumbs up. Don't forget to give a like, and please subscribe. And remember, Johnny Gadget, I review the gadget first, so you can choose to buy it later. Thank you.